Perhaps your knowledge will serve the Von Valencia's Protectorate.
I have no doubt you will have to deal with Xenos sooner or later. When that time comes, Shireen, you will thank the Exalted One for sending me to stand at your side.
You have many talents.
Thank you, Shireen. Being able to read and write is chief among them. You may not be aware, but this science is beyond the abilities of billions of the Imperium subjects. And
Hey,
yet
fighting.
they happily keep drudging along in their factories, fundy, and assembly lines. Me? I didn't escape Ifrit to consign myself to such misery. It was literacy that paved my path to copied orders, forged signatures, counterfeited papers. The wonderful things that make the wheels of bureaucracy turn in the right direction.
Are you really that rich?
Compared to the rabble on footfall, perhaps. Compared to you. Be it power or money, I still have a long way to go. I could purchase one of Footfall's asteroids, but not a planet. I could subjugate a few gangs from the shady districts, but not Vladaya. And so the answer to your question is no. I do not consider myself rich. I am not rich enough.
That's fair. You could be sitting back reaping the fruits of your own work, so why have you chosen to embrace the vicissitudes of life aboard a void ship?
You're fun to talk. I grew tired of scribing endless contracts and agreements neatly tucked away on Footfall. Well, I did that for how many years? But here, among the stars, you are always balanced on a knife edge. Nothing thrills me more than the tension of a warp jump, or the danger that lurks around every corner on a planet. Footfall was beginning to make me fat and stupid, Shireen. I do not want that.
But I love being fat. Oh. Jay speaks measuredly with just the right amount of laziness in her voice, but her performance cannot conceal the slight tremble in her voice. Whatever Jay's afraid of, it's what drove her off Footfall. What about your gang that stayed back at Footfall? Do you trust them?
Do I trust the Trickster twins? By the Exalted One, no. The underhanded rogues of Footfall came up with that name for a reason. The tricks of those frenzied ashmags are all about things far more intriguing than the honest and law-abiding subjects of the Imperium can imagine. On the other hand, this is why I am keeping them close. Cohh and Torah know who lifted them out of the cesspit proudly called the Shadow Quarters, and who has been feeding that ravenous beast their insatiable lust for lucre. No, they are not going to betray me if only because they know I am now a part of your entourage, Shireen. They're not going to let the biggest pie in the Imperium pass them by without trying to get a slice for themselves.
Tell me about the Xenos here.
Vicious, cruel, dangerous beasts. Humans hold little interest for Xenos. We are entertainment for them, a means to keep boredom at bay. A commodity. But some of them contact us once in a while using their own people. Do not deceive yourself by thinking you are safe because there are no Xenos in sight. Those Agi are as cunning as they are ruthless. They cleverly pull at the strings of spies and traitors, subjugate those who do not fall for the promised reward, transform the ones who resist their promises into soulless puppets. The Emperor watches over me, and that is why I still haven't succumbed to the fate of many of my associates who have lost their lives to the stringy scoundrels.
Let's talk about something else.
I think we've said all there is to say on this topic.
Did you know Theodora?
It is difficult not to be aware of the powers that be, especially ones like Lord Captain Theodora. But we never met personally, as the difference between our positions was far too great. Theodora was a mighty ruler, the center of her own universe. And I, a pathetic commoner, was nothing next to her. But you were kind to me, Shireen. And in my eyes, that puts you above your esteemed aunt. Or whoever she was to you.
You must forgive my prying, but has the esteemed princess's heart been claimed by some lucky fellow?
Or lucky lady, you mean? My heart has been coveted by proud men with hard eyes, gentle maidens with sensual voices, imperious lords and fierce leaders of void brigands. Only rogue traders have not yet featured among Jai Hedari's intimate friends. Why do you ask, Shireen?
Perhaps I shall grant you the high honor of serving as my nightly delight. You know, just wondering.
Oh, Shireen. Then what reason do I have to tell you the truth? Every mystery once solved ceases to excite the interest of an inquiring mind.
Why are you avoiding answering?
You are prying at the treasures of my soul, my little secrets. How else can I keep them safe from such a powerful robber as the rogue trader? I dare not refuse you.
I like being with you.
Oh, Shireen. With a few words, you have managed to make my heart flutter like a songbird caught in the snare of a skilled hunter. You enjoy being with me. Perhaps you even find me... amusing? Every girl dreams of hearing that she will make a fine toy and a worthy diversion.
Ouch. I do not see you as a toy. I mean, I just like you, dude.
I understand. I'm just having a little fun, Shireen. I can't possibly just say, oh, I like you too. Words as dry and dull as a voidsman's dinner. They are unworthy of us.
Gotta work on my riz.
If you are not simply amusing yourself by toying with my feelings, then why not give it a try? Go on. Or, wait. You haven't yet asked how I feel about being your romantic partner. Ask soon, Shireen.
My dazzling one, can I trust that you hold in your heart at least the smallest drop of regard for me?
I simply cannot reject so ardent an admirer. To insult such sincere passion would be a wicked act in the eyes of the Exalted One.
I shall wait for you to treat me to a token of your affection, my dazzling one.
Savor the anticipation, Shireen. Wait, and do not lose confidence. But if the feelings in your soul have become a fire that is burning you up from within, then you may express them by bestowing a gift upon your humble servant.
She wants a gift. Oh my god. You keep using words I don't understand, like calling me Shireen.
The language on Ifrit, my home world, is quite different from the one spoken in the Coronis Expanse. We bestow more than one meaning upon each word, allowing our wise men to fully express their sagacious thoughts, and us lowly commoners our base passions and desires.
Okay.
Take Agi, for example. That is what I call every piece of scum and villain, because Agi means evil and foe and pathetic worm unworthy of consideration. Or take Ashmag. It means fool and little brother, and blind man who stumbled and would fall into a pit without guidance. Shireen means friend and comrade and roommate in a battle formation, like we are.
Okay. You're telling me tales of your colorful past, Jay, but I feel not all the stories are true.
Listen, Shireen, the giver of happiness and the dearest of my friends. I am who I am. A cold trader, a Casbalican agent, and your partner. We each have a past, and that past is sealed. I'm not prying into your soul, am I? Well, have pity on mine. It has already been gnawed at by the Agi. And if you don't like the sound of that, we'll just go our separate ways. Deal?
Okay.
All relationships are based on mutual trust. That goes for business too.
Get off my ship. Okay.
Oh.
I think we're good. Talk to Cassia.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Oh my
have
god,
enjoyed
I can
it.
ask her. Hold on.
Lord Captain, your presence is welcome. And I wish to apologize for my prior coldness. After our first meeting, I was concerned that he would turn out to be another faithless offshoot of the von Valancius dynasty, like the traitor Conrad. But now I see before me a worthy leader and servant of the Imperium. I am glad to accompany you in your endeavors.
You know, I have a lot of respect for people that spend their life putting their heart, soul, and passion into making games like this for us to play. I appreciate their time, their effort, the love and care that they pour into it. I really do. Which is why I get so confused when they put someone like a Battle Sister in their game and we can't her. What were you thinking? Like, come on, this is like the coolest character in the game, and you're not going to give her a romantic interest? Like, are you trying to rip our soul from our body? I don't. Do they hate us? Is that what it is? Do they hate us? Do they not want us to have fun? It's just confusing. It's mixed messages, is what it is. It's very mixed messages. Okay, so on that note, I guess, what kind of gift do you think I should give Jay?
If you want to do her good, give her a dose of conscience and a fear of the Emperor. That is what she truly needs.
Right answer.
But if you want to please her, give her some meaningless jewelry, expensive and shiny. Such baubles wield magical power over hearts like hers.
Good answer. Good answer. Are you ready to tell me more about yourself now?
If such is the rogue trader's wish, although there isn't much I can tell, I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to know?
Okay, for the record, that was 100% jokes, but real talk. So she is actually a sister of Battle. I wouldn't be surprised if Games Workshop told Owlcat that she couldn't be a rogue, like a love interest in the game, because this particular sect, to become what they are, makes all sorts of serious pledges to never do that stuff. So it'd be a little strange if she could be a romantic interest in the world, because it'd be kind of like me complaining why I couldn't bang a nun. Like, she literally is a battle nun. Like, that's what she is. That's her persona. So you know, it makes sense. It makes sense. Where do you hail from?
Now that I can tell you, I come from everywhere and nowhere.
Sierra says you can. No, they actually said you can. Yeah, she's not a love interest.
I am the child of officers of the Imperial Guard. I was born in the hold of a warship. Grew up following my parents' deployments from one planet to another, and lost my family in the flames of a righteous war.
Don't worry, there's Rule 34. Hey, stop. You stop right there. That's not. No, you put a plug in that. We're gonna put a pin in that. Come back to it later. No, stop. Okay, stop it.
My memory is like wafts of smoke over a still battlefield. The gray of a ship's plating. The strict cadence of life in military camps. My mother's uniform. I loved looking at it. Then, that battle. The rumbling, the shouting, and the soot. The screams of soldiers burning alive. And the gold of the regiment's Aquila. Untouched by soot or blood. The last unsullied piece of a world that was going mad. That was my last memory of my mother, and of my former life, before the Scholar Progenium and the novitiate, before my trials, before the vows.
Howdy says, good. Hey, Cohh, going through character generation, has Officer been working out? Are there any major frustrations or regrets? So far, I'm loving Officer. I think it's awesome. It is definitely a support buffer class. I do have the ability to do some damage at range, but I haven't really spec'd into that too much yet. But there is no question that I am able to take awesome members of my team and make them significantly awesomer. Yeah, so I'm digging it so far. Works great. Yep, it's working great. The golden shard you carry with you.
My own relic. It's the regiment's Aquila. Or rather, the fragment that survived the attack, the explosions, and the fire. For me, it's a reminder that purity and radiance can be preserved, even in the heart of darkness.
Okay, so she is saying Aquila, which I feel is a different pronunciation of the word. But she is definitely saying Aquila, like Q-U-I-L-L, like the quill of a porcupine. Aquila. Okay. So it's not Aquila. Huh. Yeah, it's Aquila. Like a quill. So how did you become one of the Adepta Sororitas?
Become. It's such a strange word for it. It seems right, but is that how one talks about their destiny? If you're asking about the path itself, that's easy enough to answer. First, like many other orphans, I endured the Sculoprogenium. Those years were rough, but I remember the hardship fondly. Few things can compare with the feeling of satisfaction from a past trial, even if it leaves your body aching from exhaustion, or your soul wincing in pain. I was one of the best among my peers, and I was selected for the novitiate in the ranks of the Adepta Sororitas. When the hour came, I passed the trials and took my vows. The most joyous day of my life. The Emperor's light has always been with me, but to accept it with all your heart, to utter the oaths, that is a rapture like no other.
Have you ever wished for a different lot in life?
Have I ever? But that would be shameful weakness, almost heresy. Of course not. I was born for this. I live by the Emperor's will, and in his light, I myself am the light. I must be the light. For myself, and for those who ask for my protection.
Interesting.
I was chosen to serve. But beyond that, I won't deny it. Few things elate me as much as the thought that the heretic felled by my shot will never again orphan a child.
Damn. Thanks for your candor.
It is my pleasure to be candid.
I would like to discuss Salus Prime and the relic that you want to find.
Of course. My mission is all I can think about.
That's great. That's all you can think about. Remind me, what are we doing?
To find the way to the planet called Salus Prime. Saint Argenta is my patroness, and that is where her fallen ship is. And it must also be the resting place of her great relic, the One Star.
Tell me about Saint Argenta.
Gladly. Listen. Long ago, there was a blessed world. Thousands of stars, but one day, the people...
Okay, that's the pause. Real quick, Master Shock. Do you mind if I drop that on Cohh? Totally up to you. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. It's up to you, though. Is that okay? Master Shock says, sure. Awesome. Well, we are dropping 100 subs on my alt channel for you delicious, sexy people. Enjoy. Thank you so much.
Good
Appreciate it, buddy.
show.
Enjoy the emotes if you get one of those subs. Awesome. All right, let's go.
Learned the meaning of darkness. Like a storm, accursed heretics who had sold themselves to the archenemy descended upon the planet. Shells flew from the sky that desolated whole cities and burned the gardens and filled the riverbeds with the blood of the faithful. Smoke and soot swallowed the skies and the 1,000 stars that had once shone over the world.
God.
Among the handful of survivors was one orphan who had watched all her family die and the garden she'd grown up in burned to ash. But in her heart, she knew the absolute truth. Just these 3 words. The Emperor protects. And knowing that, she never looked away from the black, terrifying, smoke-covered sky. There were no more bright stars to be seen. Except for one.
Okay. Here's what I want. Let me just throw this idea out into the ether. Owlcat is amazing. They craft incredible products. They clearly are on a level that literally a handful of companies are in making incredible, immersive CRPGs experience. It's incredible. The next time that you make a game, which, let's be real, hopefully it's another Pathfinder game or Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader 2, whatever it is. What I personally request that you do is that you put up a Kickstarter only to make your game fully voice acted. Not the game itself, because you can cover that. That's great. But just make a Kickstarter that says, this Kickstarter will ensure that our next project has full voice acting for all of it. 0 of $750,000. And I will promote that Kickstarter every single day, every 15 minutes if I need to. That or join up with Larian Studios, whatever it is. That's not nearly enough money. I know. You're probably right. It's probably way more than that. But man, the reason I'm saying this, by the way, is because listening to like all the stuff we've been listening to, the voice acting that's here is so good. It's so good. Like, I just want this level of voice acting for everything. I want them to have Amelia Tyler for everything that doesn't have a voice. Like, oh my God, dude, this game would be a completely different experience if all of this was voice acted. And man, Fligmore says AI can do the exact same thing. No, it can't. It absolutely cannot. AI voice acting has come a long way, but to be able to sculpt a voice actor to make it sound exactly like you want it to for every nuance and little bit of personality that you want in each one, that can't happen yet. We're not quite to that point. Don't get me wrong, AI voice acting's come a long way, but we're not there yet. So, but man, I tell you, dude, like they did it's almost painful listening to the voice acting in this game because they did such a great job with it that it's like whenever it doesn't happen, it's like, oh, this could have been so good. This could have been so good. But yeah, I what I want to do is I need someone to PayPal me $5 million so I can just give it to Owlcat and be like, just fully voice act your next product. So if any of you are an oil baron, if you happen to be sitting on millions or billions, PayPal's fine. I'd appreciate it. And just keep in mind, we can Zelle's fine. Sure, absolutely. And we'll get it to Owlcat so they can just fully voice act their next game. And the world will be a better place for it. Yep. So, great. Perfect.
The one star. The bright star. The
Done.
silver star shone in the sky. And when the orphan smiled at it,
Damn it, I'm
the
$10
one star
short.
fell right
Dang.
into her hands. All the faithful in every corner of the continent who saw the trail of the falling star recognized it as an omen and went looking for the place where it landed. And they rallied together. And with the light of the one star, they found their salvation.
Okay, fine. I'll send you your gift card. The girl from the story, that was Saint Argenta?
Yes, that was the beginning of her hagiography. It is known that she lived on a world where heretics staged a terrible insurrection. They wiped out all life on the planet, except those whom Saint Argenta managed to save with the one star, and with the strength of her faith. After that, she traveled between worlds, gripped by turmoil on her ship marked with a silver star, and brought hope to the faithful. Numerous accounts confirm this. Her coming helped people turn the tide of the war and wipe away corruption before the Imperium's main forces even arrived. Millions of people owed their lives to her, but the heretics, having realized their imminent defeat, sent the remnants of their forces after the ship with the Silver Star. It fell from the skies onto an obscure world. There are no definitive records of how old Argenta was at the time. In some chronicles, she's even called the Child Saint, but their credibility is questionable. Either way, she didn't live long, but she left a bright trail in her wake, like a falling star.
So what is this one star?
If I only knew. Neither the hagiography nor the legends give a straight answer. Classical iconographers believed that the star turned into a banner woven from silver thread, which, when brought onto the battlefield, would shed light that blinded only heretics, but did no harm to the faithful. Most of them portrayed Saint Argenta as a girl carrying this banner. Others think that upon falling from the sky, the one star became a holy chainsword, which Argenta later used to strike down monsters and enemies of the Imperium. In some of the earlier engravings, Argenta is depicted wearing power armor with a silver star on her chest. One theological theory suggests that this armor was, in fact, the relic. Some even think that the one star is actually the ship on which Argenta traveled.
I still want it to be a bolter.
I feel that my undertaking will be fulfilled when I find the answer that has eluded the Ecclesiarchy for millennia. I pray we find the way to Salus Prime soon. The ruinous powers must be aligned against us. They stand in the way of faith.
Maybe it's a power armor that she can wear as medium armor that adds to bolter efficiency. Crimson Steel says, man, it's been over an hour of reading and lore dump. This is worse than a Kojima game in terms of gameplay and exposition. Okay, first of all, fair. Second of all, this is an Owlcat thing. This will continue to happen, but it generally happens before... It generally happens in that space between you've done a lot of combat, you've cleared out a planet or an area, and then like your next steps. So it totally makes sense that, you know,
one day
this
we
isn't
will
everyone's
reach
thing.
Salus.
But honestly, weirdly enough, I play these games for these moments. For us ultra nerds, it is so cool to have characters have so much depth and interesting things to say and motivations. Like it adds this whole level to them that you don't get a lot of times from this kind of thing. So yeah, I know it's not for everyone, but man, for those that it's for, we love it. So Cassia, what kind of gift should I get Jay? Let me save it.
Words cannot I have enjoyed your...
She's gonna be so pissed by this question.
I know very little about how ordinary couples come together. The books I have read always skirted around that side of life, keeping silent on the matter. A heartfelt poem, perhaps? I'm not sure Jai enjoys poetry, though.
Okay, so...
I have enjoyed your...
Maybe we aren't locked in with her, because that was a relatively normal response, but... All right, I think we're ready to move. Oh, man. Lord Captain, we are once more within reach of the Von Valencia's Protectorate. Of utmost urgency is restoring communication with your planets and bestowing the wisdom of your decrees upon their stewards. Developing colonies, claiming new territories, and establishing trade links, all of this is now with your privilege and burden. What? Okay. What do I do? Tell Heinrichs about the cult of the Final Dawn. Talk to the Master of Seals. So, establish a new colony, strike a deal with an influential partner, and complete a development project of the highest difficulty in any colony?
Nani?
Find a girl a nice present. Okay. I think they still don't want to meet with me. Yeah.
Lord Captain,
Seneschal, what gift would you give the girl you liked?
I used to give Genusian lilies to the girl I liked, but the species long since extinct. Now it lives only in my memory. Ask someone else, your lordship. I am too old to remember how to charm young ladies.
Fair. Oh, let's... Wait. Can we ask Pascal? Hold on. I want to know what Pascal would give a lady. Oh, hell yes.
Comprehends all.
I doubt you have any experience on this, but what gift do you think I could give Jay?
Given the high status of the unit Von Valancius and his services rendered to the Adeptus Mechanicus, perhaps a request for special leniency for the unit Jai Hidari. The sentence of oblivion without servitorization that is stipulated for her crimes may instead be commuted to immediate redemptive servitude in perpetuus. Then, hypothetically, in time she would be able to compensate for a small portion of the sacrileges she has committed against the Omnissiah. It would be a most generous gift. However, this act of mercy is not advisable, for it is undeserved.
Oh, that is so romantic! Oh!
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
I knew you were the right person to ask. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect! Okay. Ooh. Travel between systems is fraught with mortal peril and takes place in another dimension known as the Warp. Only a navigator can plot a course through the Warp to other star systems. Click the circular button at the bottom of the screen to have the ship's navigator chart new routes to the systems you have selected. A route's color is an indication of its danger level. Green routes are the absolute safest. Yellow routes signal that unpredictable events can occur during the jump. Orange routes declare a high probability, and red routes are a sure sign the ship will be assaulted. The ship's navigator can make a route safer by spending points of Navigator Insight, which can be acquired by discovering and scanning new systems throughout the Coronis Expanse. Oh my god, dude. What? Right, that's horrible. Standard scanning could not reveal a route to the selected system, but you can still get there by spending Navigator Insight to plot a path. Can we actually go to the Imperium? Nope. Okay, good talk. Sato's Tomb. Aviorius. Or Trinitos. I mean, I guess I should go to the green one, right? Oh. Okay.
Hold fast. Our faith will be tested.
Oh, we did. Okay.
With the force of a supernova. Salvo!
Your ship is equipped with an arsenal of weapons, which differ in terms of range, of fire, and offer you a variety of ways to assault your opponents. The ship can attack with each of its weapons once per turn. Note these can be fired as the ship moves, as attacking does not end the ship's movement. Okay. Okay. So this guy's almost dead.
Let them taste our
We're
fury.
gonna kill him.
Macro cannons, open fire! Coordinates set.
Oh, I don't have a Supreme Commander? Uh-oh. I have made a huge mistake. Ow. Ow. Oh. Okay.
Make every shot count. Salvo!
Hey, Grim.
Fire at will.
Boom! Ow.
Make every shot count.
Okay.
Macro cannons, open fire!
A miss. Rude.
Engage the engines.
How are our shields? They're extra.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
I think I can move faster than him, so we're gonna try to get like way far out and then turn around.
Engage the engines.
This is the Gary Kunica Chonkia. Ooh, God, that hurt a lot. Ooh, God, dude.
Salvo! Macro cannons. Open fire.
The effectiveness of the crew has been recognized as adequate.
Adequate. We gotta figure out a better way to do that. We're taking way too many hits on that. Whoa. Planets in the Cronus Expanse are teeming with valuable resources. Before these resources can be harvested, however, an extractum needs to be set up on the world's surface. Scan the planet, select the icon of the resource you're interested to deploy and extract it, and click accept to confirm your choice. Resources are required to develop colonies and complete contracts. Contracts are requests issued by your colonies. By fulfilling them, you can obtain resources, increase your profit factor, or receive unique items. Dude, what? Seriously? Yes. Imperial cartographers and chroniclers know this place well. Long ago, the planet was a prosperous outpost capable of eclipsing even footfall. It used to be a cyclopean tomb on its orbit. On a resting place for Cornelius Soto, one of the discoverers of the Cronus Expanse. The tomb gave its name to the entire system. However, about 400 years ago, an unknown cosmic body rammed into the station, causing it to collapse into the planet. Not only to kill the settlers, but also made the world uninhabitable. Wow. Cool. So I guess I'm getting plasteel now. All right. I have no idea if that's good, but we'll take it. All right. Extractors are rare. Pick and choose on what resources you deploy them. Some are not worth it. Well, I have no idea what is what, so we'll just, you know, take it. Yes. Fuel. What we'll definitely do is do more of this tomorrow. Thank you all for hanging with me tonight. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. ET, we'll be continuing more of this game as we dive into all of this new area that just opened up. Should be fun. But on that note, I am out of here. Have a great rest of your night. As always, thanks for being here, and see you tomorrow for more fun and games. Bye-bye.